Good evening, everybody. I'm Simon Preston. Welcome back to Reggae Boys Commentary. I know this time is not usually a time that you normally see me go live, but this video in particular is so prudent and arguably one of the most important videos on this channel since 2016. And I'm going to go straight to the details of it. But before we do, a gentle reminder to everybody who is watching this video right now to hit the like, share, and subscribe button to Reggae Boys Commentary right now. That would be greatly appreciated. Share this video with a friend. Share this video with a family member. Because I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys would have to say as well. Okay? So this is very, very important. The title of the video is not clickbait. The title of the video is not pasa pasa. The title of this video is prudent, important, relevant for us to discuss so that all of us going into the new year will have unity together. All of that is incredibly, incredibly, incredibly important. And that is exactly what we're going to do. That's exactly what we're going to analyze, break down. That is exactly what we're going to be strategic about. So I'm going to do that. That is exactly what I'm going to do so that you are aware. Okay? Good. So without further ado, here we go. Let's go right to it, shall we? Let's go right to it with the information because it's so important that everybody understands this clearly. So the title, what does the title say of this video? 2025, the most important year of all of our lives. How so? So as we know, going into a new year, persons are keen on, so you could say persons make new year resolutions. Some of them, it might be career oriented. For some persons, it might be towards their health. For some persons, it might be about family matters. For other persons, their expectations or their goals are set in another direction. But this in particular, what I'm speaking about, is relevant to all of us together. All of us as Jamaicans find this in particular so important, so relevant, so unique, every single one of us. By November 2025, well, we all know what November 2025 signifies for us as Jamaicans, don't we? The calendar year of 2025 has many of our national teams who are taking the field for World Cup qualifiers. I'll go right to the details so that you are aware. Our under-17 Reggae Boys take the field in Guatemala from February 8 to 16. CONCACAF has 8 spots. Once we top our group with St. Lucia, the Cayman Islands, and also El Salvador, we'll be on our way to Qatar. The CONCACAF Women's Under-17 qualifiers in Nicaragua, January 27 to February 1. The CONCACAF Women's Under-20 qualifiers, February 20 to 25, also in Nicaragua. October 2025 is the start of World Cup qualifying for women for the 2027 World Cup qualifying cycle. That's when it begins. And now we head over in the direction of the Senior Reggae Boys, the defining year, the year that none of us can ever brush aside, the year that we must all embrace, the year that must always stick with us. And that is 2025, because it defines that sort of year. Again, a reminder, what exactly is it that is in store for this calendar year of 2025? In June 2024, there are 2 World Cup qualifiers. June 7 against the British Virgin Islands away, and June 10 against Guatemala at home. The third round, or if you want to call it the final round of CONCACAF World Cup qualifying, gets going in September 2025. And essentially what takes place there is that you're going to have 3 groups and 4 teams in each group. Now, the group winner of each of the 3 groups will qualify for the World Cup, and the 2 best runners-up will head to the Intercontinental playoffs. What does that mean for Jamaica? Well, we are 8 games. Just think about it, folks. In June of this year, we took on the Dominican Republic and we took on Dominica. Arguably, that was the most important moment for us for 2024. Yes, it is true that we picked up a medal in the CONCACAF Nations League. Yes, it is true that this is the first time that we're picking up a medal in the CONCACAF Nations League, picking up a medal in any CONCACAF event since 2017. Yes, that is true. But if you were to ask what was the most important thing for this calendar year 2024, you'd have to say it has to be regarding picking up 6 points from our opening 2 games in World Cup qualifying. That in itself has to be the highlight of this calendar year. Why? Because by virtue of picking up those maximum points in those 2 games, it basically means that heading into 2025 now, for June in particular, a Jamaica victory over the British Virgin Islands and a Dominican Republic loss to Guatemala means that Jamaica secures their passage to the 3rd round of the World Cup qualifiers before taking the field against Guatemala. Now, just think about this for a moment, folks. 8 games away. 8 games away from the World Cup. We've played 2 so far. We're going to have British Virgin Islands. We're going to have Guatemala. And in the final round, or 3rd round, it's 6 matches. 4 plus 6 is 10. And we've completed 2 so far. 10 minus 2 is 8. So what does that tell you? We're 8 games away from the World Cup. 8 games away. Do you know how close that is? 8 games away? That is how close we are. 8 games away from the World Cup. That is how close we are. 8 games away. Just let that sink in for a moment. We're 8 games away from the World Cup. And again, we're going to need all hands on deck. Every single person. We need all hands on deck. We need everybody. We need everybody to be singing from the same hymn sheet. We need everybody focusing on the task that lies ahead. And that in itself is important. Very, very important. Just use this time to think about that. Just think about that for a moment. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. I'm Supposed to So Special says 8 wins from the World Cup. Yes, that is one perspective to look at it. 8 wins from the World Cup. That is how close we are. IT Push is here as well in the chat. Good evening to you. 8 games away from the World Cup. 8 games from the World Cup. That's how close we are. The final round at Javari Laban is home and away. The final round, which is the 3rd round. The current round that we're in, which is the 2nd round, no, it's not home and away. So we're not going to play Dominican Republic away, and we're not going to play Dominica at home. And we're not going to play British Virgin Islands at home, and we're not going to play Guatemala away. The 3rd round, which is the final round, that it's home and away. We have 3 groups, 4 teams in each group. The group winner of each of those 3 groups qualify for the World Cup. So in that group, that will be round robin. That will be home and away because you're playing 6 matches. Because you're playing the 3 teams in your group, home and away. So therefore 6 matches. So therefore 6 plus 2 is 8, which means that we are 8 games away from the World Cup. Special, isn't it? Very much so. So again, I say that it's a moment where all stakeholders have a very, very important role to play. Every single stakeholder has a role to play on this journey. The players, technical staff, support staff, administration, the 12th man in terms of the fans, corporate Jamaica, PICA. Every single stakeholder has an important role to play. And guess what? Everyone has a role to play. Every single stakeholder has a role to play in this process. So come on, guys, 11 months. What am I asking for? I'm asking for 11 months of your life. 11 months of your life towards this mission, towards this goal. 11 months. That's all I'm asking for you, for your support. 11 months. That's all I'm asking. Because come November 15, 2025, I want it to be pandemonium. Whether you are in Jamaica, from Westmoreland to St. Thomas, United States, from California to New York down to Florida, or if you're in Toronto, whether from Vancouver to Toronto to Montreal to Halifax, Nova Scotia, or whether you're in England, from London to the Midlands to Manchester to Yorkshire, wherever you are as a Jamaican, to hold your hands in the air, shed tears of joy, and express admiration, excitement, and a great adrenaline. That's what I want come 11 months from now. And I know you all want the same as well. I know. So again, I ask for everybody watching this video right now, 11 months of your life. 11 months of your life. Everybody knows which stakeholder group they are. 11 months of your life to help us achieve these great goals. IT Push, I'm not sure what you're referring to in terms of 40-man squad. What are you referring to? 40-man squads have never been revealed before friendlies. 40-man pools have never been revealed. We've either had 50 or 60-man pool. So I'm not sure where you got that numerical figure that you're referring to right now. I don't see where you're getting that. 50 or 60-man pool provisional lists come out before Nations League semi-finals and before Gold Cup. And as you know, we haven't qualified for the group stages of the Gold Cup just yet. We have to defeat St. Vincent and the Grenadines in the playoffs in March to be able to qualify for the group stages of the Gold Cup. Okay, so that is the factual information I'm sharing with you. Javar Laban, it's very simple. Beat British Virgin Islands, beat Guatemala. That means we finish at the top of the group. It would be healthy in terms of the FIFA ranking as well. And then we go into there'll be a draw before the third round. And then from there we'll be in a group with 3 other teams. If we top that group, we qualify for the World Cup. So again, all I'm asking for is the absolute best from all of our stakeholders. You know, it's an absolute joy, it's an absolute privilege to be a Jamaican. So now is the time and now is your moment to show how much you care. There's a saying that says that actions speaks louder than words. And of course, I'm sure everybody watching this video right now will say how much they love being a Jamaican and what it means to them and how people act around them just because that they are Jamaican. I know. I've lived in this country my 90% of my life. 90% of my life. 95% of my life. You know? So now is your moment. 11 months. That's all I'm asking for. 11 months. non-stop. And come November 2025, you'll see the picture. You'll see the picture. Let's get together. Let's get it together. Again, all stakeholders. The 12th man, you know the importance of the 12th man in terms of being at the National Stadium, being at all of our games home and away. You know about the players on the field of play to execute the task. We know about the technical staff to ensure that the preparation is done in a tactical manner. We know about the support staff and what they bring to the team. We know the administration in terms of organization, the importance that they bring to proceedings as well. We know the importance as well in relation to PICA to ensure that players are naturalized to be able to represent Jamaica. So every corporate Jamaica in terms of the funding, the sponsorship, the image, the members of the media in terms of the publicity and the exposure for Jamaica. So again, every single stakeholder has a very, 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 very important role. And everybody who's watching this video right now, you know which stakeholder group or groups you fall in. So again, you ask yourselves, okay, you can say, I know I'm in this stakeholder group and even this stakeholder group. What am I doing? What am I doing to help us that in 11 months and 1 day from now, I'm jumping for joy like never seen before. In 11 months and 1 day from now, we should be experiencing the happiest day of our lives. In 11 months and 1 day from now, we should all be in an egalitarian state, unity, togetherness, harmony. That is what Jamaica should be, not only here on the island, but also to the millions of us living within the diaspora as well. England, USA, Canada, Germany, Netherlands, Japan, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Honduras, etc., etc., etc. Out of the over 8 billion of us on this earth, we're 10 million Jamaicans. 10 million Jamaicans on this earth. So again, think about this. What stakeholder group am I? What am I doing to ensure that in 11 months from now, we're there? We're there. You know me. You know me, and you know how committed I am towards this mission. This is the land of my birth. This is where I went to prep school, high school, university. Only my footballing education was outside of this country. Apart from that, every other aspect has been within this country. I've received national awards and recognition, but there will be absolutely no greater moment in this world than booking a ticket to 2026. It's time. It's time. And as the clock ticks towards midnight and to the 15th of December in 2024, think about in exactly 11 months where we want to be, where we intend to be, what we're going to do. Ensuring that the National Stadium is rammed come June 10. Ensuring that every single camp, home and away, we are throwing our support. Every aspect. I've made mention already, corporate Jamaica, PICA. I've made mention oftentimes ensuring players are naturalized, ensuring that all the documentation is together. I mentioned about corporate Jamaica, sponsorship, whether that might be in cash or it might be in products, administration, organizing everything, coaching staff, the technical aspect of things, support staff, also the support that they give towards the technical staff, the players on the field to execute, and get 3 points in all our World Cup qualifying games. 2025, the busiest and the most important year of all of our lives. So again, I say to you, are you committed? Are you ready? Because 2025 is no ordinary year. 2025 is the year that we create history. 2025 is the year where we put a smile on our faces. 2025 is a year where we achieve our goals. Reggae Boys Commentary. Thank you very much for tuning in. I know it's a Saturday evening. I don't normally go live at this time, but more to come, and you're fully aware about that. Please hit that subscribe button. We're very, very close to 22,000 subscribers. Help me along the journey. We keep on going. As Ace God says, we keep on going. As Alkaline says, everything in life takes time. As Masika says, we're all kings and we're going to achieve our goal. All right? As Dwayne Bravo says, champion. And as Chris Gale says, we will be living the life. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Be safe. Be safe. Be safe on the road. More videos to come very soon.